So it's, as I said, that the patient should feel that the doctor is empathetic and is listening to what he has on a complaint. And as everybody till time, almost everybody has said, and all of us who practice the same thing, that avoid attending the telephone calls as much as possible unless it is dire emergency. But most of the times I give my telephone to my attendant, so that they keep on attending the telephone calls, and they filter it to such a great extent that I hardly need to talk one call in a month or two. That's all, and that too for a minute or a half. So why we need to focus on the patient's issue always, and we always do not have to think that itna time lag gaya hai. So the chair time is not the important thing. Wherever it is required, it is always better to give some extra time, and counseling becomes the main crux of the story, because time, everybody in the current context wants it most urgent, most urgent. I don't think that most urgent is required. The body language of the patient would always give you some hint that what is going to happen. Like, you need to train yourself to reach to the root cause of the complaint, that finally you need to understand what he is trying to communicate and what are his likely problems, and how you are going to deal with it. And you are, as it is, everybody, as I come across the super specialty people, that there was a fellow from some of the district place in our area only. He was trying to tell me कि sir मेरे पास glaucoma के अलावा दूसरे patients आते हैं, मैं उनका क्या करूँ? I said, finally you are a glaucoma consultant from your point of view and from our point of view, but from the patient's point of view you are an eye doctor first. So we need to understand, most of the times what in the current backdrop, as people have started thinking that refractive error correction is not the job of an eye surgeon. Agreed, if you have got a full setup with the optometrist and everything, but at least while leaving the premises, the doctor needs to see. I come across so many patients, those who are unsatisfied, seen only and only by the optometrist. Even by when they are attached to the eye surgeon doesn't see them. So it is always felt that the doctor has to see them. So let the patient get confidence in you, and try to always read the body language of the patient. Unless you read the body language of the patient, you will not understand what are the, because there are all possibilities that a mischief monger patient or someone who's likely to create a trouble or nuisance, you can pinpoint him and try to give some extra time, and we see that he doesn't try to create you any problems. So what is required for that is getting socialized. So how you can get socialized is, on the follow-up visit, try to remember the patient. I know that at least I don't have memory like Sharad Pawar, because who remembers each and every person, even he sees once, and then after 10 years or 15 years, he knows the person by the name and the place where he stays. But from my point of view, I don't remember the names as sharp as Sharad Pawar remembers. So just we need to give a smile of recognition. Oh, that means you have recognized him. Recognition and a smile of recognition is always a different thing, as I always say. So best, it would be the best to remember the name, but at least try to make some small note into the software which will be only seen by you about the patient, so that whenever he comes next, he can be given that reference, particularly if he is relative of someone, he know you by any professional attachments or something. So that's the most important thing. And if the patient has a specific problem, if you remember him, the patient always feels कि अरे डॉक्टर साहब ने मेरा छोटा सा नंबर था लेकिन वो भी बराबर ध्यान में रखा है. So these are the fine points which are required, that you need to get socialized. And if you get socialized, then only you can go for this counseling part. I always have made the technical and the commercial counseling as two different things, because patient looks towards you as to understand the technical aspects, and then the non-technical person, he can give about the charges and other things as far as the surgical part is concerned. So give an appropriate and a reasonable idea about the condition, even if it is a cataract or anti-VEGF. Because if you give the anti-VEGF, especially in the costlier anti-VEGFs, 2 or 3 shots or even more than that, the patient at least at the beginning should be aware that how much the cost is incurred and everything. But then it's not the cost that you need to talk. You need to talk about the how much result are you going to give? What is the best possible outcome? It can be a bit guarded, but it has to be given as the best possible outcome. And try to give the examples from the job or the profession the person is from. I ask the person what he does. Suppose if, as Kuresh was telling, that mera cataract kab hoga. So something like, I come from a rural background in India. So if there is this is the time where they use the cotton seeds now in the field. So if someone is there in the month of December, I say that now you cannot put the cotton seeds for getting the cotton ready. So then he realizes that everything has got its own timing. So effectively that becomes immediate connect with the patient to say that there is certain time required. So we have to give the bird's eye view to the condition, making aware about the post procedural improvement and everything, because otherwise the patient may carry something wrong impression in his mind, saying that I had something different in my mind and everything. So it is most important. So technical counseling, as I say, that bird's eye view encompassing all possible problems after the procedure, but it should not be so much so that tumhari aankh chale jayegi kind of a thing. So it has to be a perfect presentation, that what are the subtle occurrence that can happen. That surgery is surgery, so there are 0.5% chances and so on. So I always give that example, that when you started coming from your place to this place today morning, you were never sure that whether your tire was to get punctured or anything. So it happened. So there are even at the world's best possible hand, there are possibilities that the things can go wrong. So especially in the terms of guarded prognosis or ARMD or any in such cases or multifocal IOLs, we have to be very particular about explaining, because more the amount spent, more are the expectations of the patient. So it is always better that more costly VGF, patient feels that no, tomorrow morning I should start seeing. Multifocal, that you have to specify that the spectacle dependence and spectacle independence, that dependence will become less, but you will, there are less possibilities that you will not need the glasses. But for extreme fine reading, sometimes you may need the glasses, but then this has to be subtle. You need not be very aggressive to make the guarded things first, but communication needs to be perfect as far as this is concerned. Then comes as the technical and the commercial counseling. Get confirmed about the patient and the relatives to understand the technical aspects of his or her problem, and then transfer this person or the patient along with the relatives to the counselor, where he gives detail about the procedure and the cost and everything. There are some possibilities, because especially in the cases where you need to drape the patient sometimes may feel claustrophobic and all those things. So effectively I have put a videos that we drape you kind of a thing, so that in the recent past I had come across that fellow came prepared for the drape, and then he suddenly said, no, 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 I do not want to get operated now. I'll go back, as your fellow has correctly said me, that I need to wear my have my this odna ratka that over my face, so that I would not feel claustrophobic next time. So that was in my 30 years of my career, this was the first case because of the claustrophobia. I need to postpone that case in the recent past. So now getting back, as everybody said, that breaking the bad news, giving the baseline idea or whatever has happened on the table, and there is nothing to hide. This most important, there is nothing to hide. I repeat that there is nothing to hide, but it does not mean that you should threaten the patient ki tumhara aankh chala jayega. But realistic presentation is mandatory, and keeping your own calm, I think that is another thing, that you need to have your own calm. As Dipti has correctly said, that nobody, all of us are likely to have any complications, but then effectively how you present them, and try to maintain yourself as much normal as possible, so that effectively you can always keep your calm, and for which I think practice only makes you to reach to that level. Unless you are at that particular level of attaining your seniority or your calmness of mind, it doesn't work. Because then what's the best time for breaking the bad news? As correctly said by Dr. KP, that immediate post-op is the best time. In fact, if there is anything in the midst of the list also, it is always better that you come out, talk with the patient, and because that's the time, because there were chances that somebody who is primarily for the multifocal, and if you notice that there is a PC rent, normally I don't use that if there is a PC rent. So effectively, I always tell them that there are some possibilities that on table we may need to change from multifocal to monofocal, and then obviously you're ready to accept, the patient is ready to accept such results also. So there are certain areas you leave to their imaginations, and make them read between the lines also. But that does not mean that you should be hiding the stories, but your body language needs to be assertive and meaningful, because unless it is there, otherwise, good news and bad news, because nowadays there are all our net gurus, so they will go on the net, try to search blah blah blah, and they'll come with the, but then you need to make them aware that net is going to give you the information, it is not your knowledge. finally, to convert your information into your knowledge, you need to have the wisdom. Otherwise, making a bomb is also available on the YouTube, but that does not mean that I can make a bomb or defuse the bomb. So effectively, it is always better, because recently in our area there was an incident that a fellow prepared a bomb and then he could not defuse, so he was so shit scared of everything, and he reached to the police station to make them aware that now he has made a bomb and he needs to defuse the bomb, kind of a thing. So, but most important thing happens is the assertive communication, where keeping your own calm. So effectively, that would give you a perfect idea how the patient is going to behave in future, and you can have a breaking the bad news also. So what can happen with the before is this, and after is this. So give them a precise idea about what has happened. When I'm once again thankful to KP for giving me this opportunity to be the part of this this webinar. Thank you.